Hello everyone, I hope you're all really well. Welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is about focusing on a problem that you might have or an issue that you have at the moment in your life. We're going to be looking at that issue, what it's sort of based around, a possible resolution to it, and sort of how to deal with it, okay? Now, please keep in mind this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. All right, people, here are the three piles that you have to choose from. Right, so we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You cannot pick the wrong pile, so don't worry, okay? Let's get started. So, pile 1, this is your reading. Before I start, I would also like to say, and I was meant to say this at the start, I really want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been supporting me, and for all the comments and feedback that you guys provide. It's been awesome to help with my own personal growth. And yeah, thank you for everything. Okay, sorry, I should have said that at the start, but I didn't. Okay, let's get into it. Pile 1. If this is the pile you chose, this is your reading. Okay. So we have the 10 of arrows to start off with. So at the moment, I'm feeling like you guys are definitely at a point of your life at the moment where there is a lot of change and growth going on. It seems like you're sort of at the end of a cycle, or you're coming to the end of a cycle, and that's perhaps what seems to be the issue or problem for you at this point of time, is that you are coming to the end of a cycle with something. So now it's all about accepting that and dealing with it in a way. We had clarifying the 9 of arrows, which is the 9 of swords in traditional tarot. So this is very interesting that you got the 10 and then the 9. So this is really telling me that whatever the issue is that you're thinking about, whether it's relationship or work related or whatever it is, okay, this is something that you've been working hard at, and it's something that you've been plowing away at, and something you've been putting a lot of energy into, and it's now coming to the end of a cycle, okay? And at the end of each cycle comes growth and change, which is beautiful, okay? So maybe your issue at the moment is dealing and accepting with that growth, accepting that change and growth, because sometimes change and growth can be difficult to deal with, especially if it feels like it's something that's not positive, or it's not something in which you're getting the outcome that you particularly wanted. However, generally, and I know it's easy for me to say this, and this is according to what your belief system is, generally things come to an end for a reason, right? And the best way to sort of deal with these sort of things is to be able to see what it is that we needed to learn from the situation or circumstance, okay? So that's where you're at the moment. I feel like your issue is definitely based around there being an end of a cycle, whether it's with a relationship or a job. Now, the end of a cycle doesn't always have to mean the end of something. It's just, it might be the end of something within something, if that makes sense. So maybe there's a big change going on. And if it's change, it might be a little bit painful, but with change comes growth, right? So this is definitely an end of a cycle in regards to something that you've been putting a lot of energy into, okay? Now, we then have the page of vessels, okay? We've got this cute little otter here. So what this is telling me is that a good way of looking at this is to look at it in a more sort of playful way, and in a more sort of softer way, right? So seeing it from more of an emotional point of view, and being more open to new things that are coming in, because this is all about newness, okay? And water, of course, as I always said, represents consciousness. So this is all about a new beginning for you guys. And I think it's a good way for you to deal with this situation is to look at it as a new beginning and to look at it through a fresh set of eyes that's more accepting. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely something emotional for you guys. Then we have the Three of Bows clarifying this, which means to me that this is definitely going to bring about some fulfillment for you. And I think a good way of looking at this issue or this problem is to, see it, as I said, through some clear new eyes, because it's a fresh new beginning for you. So, you know, seeing it in a way, seeing it as a new start, and seeing it almost like in that sort of childlike state, as in, you know how children always sort of see everything as fresh. They never really put judgment on something because everything is new to them. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. You've got this growth and this change, and a good way of really dealing with it is to try and see it in a more innocent way. Be open to the fact that there's going to be change and that change happens for a reason. And, you know, the Three of Bows is telling me that there's going to be fulfillment within this. Okay, there's going to be fulfillment within this change, and it's going to make you feel more fulfilled. Okay, we then had the King of Vessels, which is very interesting because this is all about emotions again. So what I'm getting here as well is a good way to deal with this situation as well is to try and remain balanced with your emotions. Okay, try to be more in control of your emotions. This is learning. I feel like this situation is going to teach you how to learn to control your emotions more, or this is what you have to learn from this situation, is to learn how to control your control and balance. Okay, that word came out for a reason. So it's about learning how to control your emotions a little bit more and finding that balance. And you've got a lot of water in here, so it's all about consciousness. Okay, becoming really aware and awake of your emotions and how you can balance them and keep them harmonious, right? We then had the Page of Bows clarifying this. So yeah, it's interesting that you've got a lot of new energy coming in, fresh energy. So it's almost like also keeping in mind that this is something that's quite creative, and it's going to be able to make you see things in a more creative way. And with, you know, emotion, there's a lot of emotion and creativity in this for sure. So this is really telling me that in order to be able to deal with this whole change and growth cycle that you're going through, because I feel like it has been quite stressful for you, is just to learn how to be more balanced, to stabilize yourself, to be more in control of your emotions and find that harmony and balance. Okay, at the same time, to also, you know, enjoy things and be passionate about these changes. Okay, and also to keep your eyes, again, because you also had, you know, the Page of Vessels here. So these two cards are really about new energy and seeing things in a new way. So it's about seeing things, being open to new connections or new love or whatever resonates for you, and to also, you know, be open-hearted. Don't be closed-minded to things. There's going to be some new creative ventures coming in for you guys. So I also am picking up that you need to be creative in the way that you learn how to deal with and balance your emotions. All right. So pile one, just to clarify this reading for you, it feels like at the moment that you are going in a new direction. There's big change and growth for you. You're coming to the end of a really stressful cycle. Okay, you've been battling really hard. You've been working hard. There's been something that you've been putting a lot of time and energy into, and it's been quite stressful for you. And this is all coming about because it's coming to the end of this cycle. And with change comes growth, okay, if we allow it to happen, because it's really good to try and grow from something so we don't have to go through the same cycle over and over again. It's good for you to be able to start seeing things with fresh energy and in a new light, so that real child, like that childlike innocence, right? Because you're going to find a lot of fulfillment coming up for you, and I find like you're going to feel more fulfilled if you can see things more in your heart space, okay? Learning about how to control your emotions, learning how to balance them a little bit more, okay? Learning how to stand more in your power, but also at the same time having, still using your creativity as a way for you to be able to get into this energy, okay? What's a creative way that you can learn how to be more emotionally balanced? Perhaps, you know, perhaps you need to change the way that you communicate with people. Perhaps you need to communicate with people more on a heart level, okay? Maybe you need to start, being more creative, as in maybe if you're into art or if you're into music or whatever it is that you're into, perhaps that's a good way for you to be able to balance your emotions as well and find more balance within yourself through being creative or sharing and communicating what you're passionate about and what you love, okay? Now, we've got some Ascended Masters here. So for pile 1, your Ascended Masters was follow your heart, which is really beautiful. So this is really reiterating what it is that we were saying here, and that is to follow your heart. And because we've got a lot of water in here, to follow your heart and have that childlike innocence of being open to new things, to new connections, beautiful new beginnings within in an emotional realm and in a passionate and creative realm as well. But pages are always about new beginnings, which is really nice. So starting small and learning how to control your emotions, but still allowing yourself to be emotional at the same time. So it's really finding this balance between the three and following your heart, okay? So this is really beautiful, because I feel like you guys are going to get a lot of fulfillment from this end of this cycle that you're going through. And if you can take this on as a suggestion and a way of dealing with it, I think that things are going to flow really beautifully for you. Okay, so pile 1, I hope that resonated. Please feel free to leave feedback and comments below, okay? Lots of love and light to you. Okay, pile 2, if these are the cards you picked, this is your reading. Okay, so straight up pile 2, what I'm getting is that we have the Daughter of Swords. So what I'm getting here is I feel like what's behind your current issue or problem is the fact that there's a truth that needs to be told. There's something that needs to come out to be clarified, okay? Now, clarifying this card is the Four of Cups. So what I'm getting is I feel like there's something that has disappointed you, and or in order to avoid this disappointment is that you have to be honest, or perhaps so that you aren't disappointed, you need to be really honest either with yourself or with something else, okay? Something needs to be communicated, or something has been communicated which has brought about a feeling of loss, or just this feeling of just like wanting to withdraw and not really wanting to. Four of Cups is all about just feeling either like a little bit of a victim, feeling sorry for yourself, or just feeling a bit of loss and not being able to really see clearly, because we've got the Moon there. So it's kind of like this truth maybe this message of truth came through. Maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe someone was honest with you about something and it's made you feel disappointed. Or perhaps you need to be honest and communicate something with someone about how you're feeling about disappointment, okay? But it's definitely about there needs to be a truth, or there has been a truth coming in about some disappointment, okay? Now, this is going to bring about judgment, okay? So this is something that you really need to think about. I kind of feel like this situation, whatever it is, has brought about a situation in which you really need to use your judgment. This is a major arcana, people. So you really need to, ghosts from the past have come up for you. Things have triggered you within this situation, and you're going to have to make a choice about what it is that you're going to do. And this is a major choice, and it's something that I feel like is something that repeats itself quite often in your life. And as I've said in many other paths and in many other videos, until we've learned what we need to learn, we will continue to go down the same path, and we will keep getting the same situations and the same people and the same experiences thrown at us until we learn how to let go and process and deal with it, okay? So this is a major thing for you that's happened, or this situation is a major thing, and it's something around needing to be honest and communicating how you really feel about a disappointment, okay? And this is a judgment call. Things have triggered you, okay? And you need to think about what it is that's triggering you, because I kind of feel we then have the Four of Wands. So it's like you want this happiness, and you want happiness, you want peace, you want balance, and you want harmony, okay? And so you're really going to have to think about what it is that you need to let go of from the past in order to make this happen, okay? So this situation that you're currently in, the problem or the issue that you're going through, is causing all these wounds, things that are being triggered for you that need healing. And once you can heal this, it's going to bring about more happiness for you, okay? So yeah, you need to deal with it. You need to deal with it in order to bring in more happiness, okay? You really need to make that judgment call. Are you going to let go of stuff, or are you going to hang on to it? Because if you can let go of it, it's going to bring about a lot more happiness for you, and balance and harmony. Now, what the suggestions for you guys are, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So this is telling me that I feel like perhaps you hold on to stuff too much. Maybe you keep your cards too close to your chest. Maybe you're not someone that is able to clearly communicate how you feel about certain situations, or how you feel. And this can be detrimental sometimes. I know that's a bit over dramatic, that word, but it doesn't really help situations, because, you know, the more clear and the more honest you can be with people, look, the easier it is. Sometimes it hurts to be honest with people. Sometimes it hurts to hear the truth. But at the end of the day, it makes things easier, because at least you know where you stand. At least you know where the other person stands. Everyone knows where they stand, and it makes, you know, it makes it easier to process and faster to process, okay? So what I'm getting here is that you guys really need to stop holding things so close to your chest, and learn to be able to let go of things, okay? And learn how to express your feelings more clearly. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So to me as well, this is about also being able to stand in your power, okay? So stand in your power. Know that you have enough. Know that you have what it takes. Know that stand in your power. Know that you're a powerful individual, and that you already have what it is that you need. I'm also picking up that you need to count your blessings, okay? Count your blessings, and have more gratitude for what it is that you have. Because if you can learn how to do this, if you can learn how to let go of things a little bit more, and not hold on to your feelings so tight, or try to control situations so much, you'll then be able to stand in your power. Because when you stand in your power, you know that you don't need to do this kind of thing, okay? So part 2, in summary for you guys, there's definitely a truth that needs to come out. You need to either express a truth or someone has told you a truth, which has brought about a little bit of disappointment, okay? And it's now triggered things for you because you've got the judgment card. So you really need to make a decision what you're going to do with how you feel about this. Are you going to hold on to it, or are you going to learn from it, feel it to heal it, process it, and move on? Because if you can do that, you will find more harmony, you will find more balance, and you will be happier, okay? This is really important. This is a big opportunity. This thing is a big opportunity for you guys to grow and move on, right? Let go of things. Don't hold on to things so closely to your chest. Feelings, emotions, money even maybe. Know that you're in your power. Know that you already have enough already. Count your blessings. Don't think about what it is that you don't have. Think about what it is that you have so that you can bring more abundance into your life, okay? Stand in your power because you have that, okay? So your ascended masters you got was crystals, which is really interesting. So I don't know if you guys are into crystals, if you have any, but you got crystals. So maybe you might want to think about if crystals might be a good thing to get into, depending on your belief system. I'm going to assume that you're pretty open-minded people since you're watching a tarot card reading. Crystals can be really, really healing, okay? So maybe you need to think about buying some crystals or a particular crystal. Maybe you need to, I'm picking up, I could be wrong, but maybe an amethyst for this particular reading, because perhaps opening your crown, your third eye is something that you guys need to do. To become more aware of maybe what it is that you need to let go of and move on from judgment, okay? So think about that, guys. It's interesting that that came up for you because this card doesn't come up very often, okay? So crystals, have a think about it. Okay, pile 2, I hope that resonated. Please feel free to leave comments and feedback below. And if you would like a more personalized reading, you know what to do, okay? Pile 3. If these are your cards, this is your reading. Okay, pile 3. First up, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting for you guys is that you are in the midst of learning something. This particular issue or thing that you're going through at the moment is something that you're having to learn about or you're learning from. Perhaps you're in a relationship and you're having to learn new things in order to balance it. If you're in a job, perhaps there's something new that you're learning, okay? Whatever resonates for you guys. I'm trying to read this as generally as possible. Either way, I do kind of feel like it's a bit of a relationship thing because we have the 10 of Cups. So what I'm getting here is the issue or the problem at the moment is maybe some frustration about learning. You need to learn more. You need to seek counsel about how you can improve your relationship, how you can improve your connection, or to get rid of any blockages that you might have in the connection so that you can have this beautiful 10 of Cups, because I feel like this is definitely something that you can have, okay? So maybe you're getting counseling at the moment. Maybe you're seeking advice from other people, but I don't really see this as a big issue. But perhaps it's just sort of like something that you're going through at the moment, and that is you're learning. And you're learning because you want this 10 of Cups. You want to have, you know, a connection with someone, a family with someone, whatever that means, whatever family means to you, okay? And so the issue at the moment is about learning how you can have this. And perhaps you're talking to different people. Maybe you're seeing a counselor, maybe you're seeing a therapist, but you're getting guidance from other people in order to make this happen. Because it's kind of like if you're in a relationship, or maybe you're just starting to get to know someone or date them perhaps, this is about, the issue is about wanting to get here, okay? So the issue is learning from each other, and that I don't see that as an issue, but what you're doing is you're trying to learn to get past this issue, okay, so you can get into this. Now, this is such a beautiful reading. You then have the Six of Wands. So in order for this success to happen, because I do feel like this could be quite a successful relationship, sorry guys, or job, whatever resonates, but I think this is a relationship reading. You really just need to believe that there can be victory and that this can work out and that it can be successful, okay? Because this would change your whole world. This would start a whole new cycle for you and perhaps the other person. If this is a relationship you're thinking about, this is going to change everything. Your whole world is going to change, or both of your worlds are going to change, and it's going to be successful, okay? It's going to be success, and it's going to create a big change, the end of the cycle and the beginning of a new cycle for you both together, okay? Which is really, really beautiful, because I kind of feel like this does mean the world to you and you want to be successful in it, okay? So whatever issues it is that you're having, if you can, it's about seeking help, or maybe you're already seeking help, because I really, truly feel that you want this, okay? So some resolution. This is really interesting. We have the Prince of Swords, okay? So this is about just being honest, okay? Being honest, being decisive about what it is that you want and kind of just going for it. That's what I'm picking up here. It's very interesting because then we've got the Princess of Cups, okay? So, okay, I'm just going to put this out there. If you're a male or you have more male energy, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be being more decisive and just going for what it is that you want, okay? And being really clear. If you're the female or you have more feminine energy within the connection, okay? It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. That doesn't matter. It's what resonates. It's about the energy. However, the person that has the more feminine energy in the relationship, you need to be in that more emotional energy, okay? If you're already emotional, don't be afraid to be emotional. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to have that childlike innocence, okay? Because it will be okay. And that is what this card and this energy and what I feel this whole thing is telling me, okay? So either or, okay? If you're in a connection with someone, one of you has to be a little bit more honest and just to be really decisive and go for it. And the other one of you has to, just be vulnerable and willing and open for love, okay? Be in that childlike energy and innocence of it's okay to love, to be more in the present and not to think too much about the past. Because, this could work for you guys. If this is about a relationship reading, which I do think it is. So whether it's someone you're just starting to get to know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Be clear with what it is and go in with your clarity. Be decisive and go in. Don't worry too much. And also allow love to flow. Be in that childlike innocence of not worrying too much about outcomes and just being honest with your feelings. And you can take it easy, but don't hold back is what I'm getting for you guys. Okay, so pile 3, that's really pretty. So pile 3, in summary, the issue at the moment, or what's going on for you guys, is you're learning and you're seeking counsel from other people. I think it's about a connection or a relationship, okay? Because you really want it to work. You want it to work. You want to see a good resolution and a good outcome, okay? So what you guys need to be doing is believing in this, because there is going to be success. Believing in it, believing in the process, because it is going to change your entire world, okay? There's going to be massive changes, right? Now, in order for these changes to come in, you need to not have so much fear. You need to just be decisive and go for what it is that you want, is what I'm getting, okay? And let your emotions be free. Don't be scared of expressing your emotions and how you feel, is what I'm getting, guys. So pile 3, what a nice reading. What I got for your Ascended Masters is stay focused. So yeah, guys, stay focused on this. I really feel like this is something that is quite important to you and is really meaningful. So stay focused on what it is that you want, and yeah, just try and let go of that fear if you possibly can, and seek counsel from other people. And I definitely always suggest that you seek counsel from people that you look up to and that are positive and that have a good vibe, and not people that are like, you know, are in that lower vibration, who have gone through really hard relationships. And not hard relate, it's not about someone that's gone through just hard relationships. That can be a good thing, but you don't want to be getting advice or suggestions of someone who is bitter, okay, or someone who's like, I never want to be in a relationship again, because they're not going to give you unbiased, you know, suggestions or advice, because we always tend to do it through our own perspective and our own experiences, and quite often we can't set that apart from what is going on for other people, okay? So if you're seeking counsel and solace and suggestions and advice, please get it from people who are in a higher vibration and who have your best interests at heart, and who also can give you two sides of the story, okay, and who are positive and want happiness for you. All right, guys, so that's it for pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed your reading as much as I did in doing it for you. Please feel free to leave a suggestion for our next pick a card reading, and also leave feedback, and please like, share, and subscribe, guys. Until now and the next time I see you guys, lots of love, light, and blessings.